Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, warriors. How are you all? And welcome to our Thursday soul session. Welcome to the time. We're so happy that you're here to spend some time with us for the Sickle Cell Mental Health and Wellness Initiative live sessions. And I am joined by my fearless, amazing co chair, Heather. Heather, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. We're so excited that you're here with us this week. We're so excited to get back and do a deep dive into some healing, y'all. We've missed Dr. Dej, and we're so happy to have her back. Um, it's just I'm looking forward to today's session.
Oh, same here. And thank you for welcoming me back. I have missed you guys. As we know, sometimes life presents us some challenges, but we have to take a step back and press pause. So I'm so happy my team was there to support. And as a team, we always allow the other and each other to really apply that self care and take care of their mental health and wellness, which is what we're trying to really share with all of you and the tools in order to do that. And I think since Heather opened with that, there's that awareness of when you need boundaries and when you know that the only way that you'll actually heal is to take two steps back. Takes a lot of guts in quotation. It takes a lot of strength to one, acknowledge it, to two, tell it to yourself almost repeatedly, to three, follow it up with action, and to four, be ready to receive whatever the reaction is, knowing that it is and does need to be about you first, and that all the other ripples and reactions they will take care of themselves. Because I think, as a team, we always say that you can't give if your cup is not full. And we like to make sure that we support warriors in practicing the mantra, the thought, the discipline of if you're not well, then we really want you to do what's needed to be done to be well, to be better, to heal. And if that's a timeout, which a lot of times it is primarily and needs to be that, we support you in that journey, in those decisions. And we're hoping that the discussions that we have and the platform that we have provided helps you, one, to see that, but also helps you to take action as it relates to that. Heather, did you want to add any
Absolutely.
other thoughts?
No, I mean I think that that sums it up very well. I mean I think it's the yes, it is the what the nose, the button on the nose. I'm not quite sure even what the saying is, but I know that it's very well said. So I appreciate that.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And hopefully that resonates with everyone that's listening, that's tuning in, that's tapping in at another time and sharing this with others. And we're going to start. So today's topic, our guest speaker is a fellow warrior, and she was actually um, honored at the Warrior Convention because she was, we practiced ageism and they did highlight warriors above the age. Was the cutoff? It was 55, I believe. Warriors above the age of 55.
Our
And
golden
Dr. Hunt,
warriors.
I think so. It might have been older, but I think I recall 55. Sharonda, keep me honest if you remember, because I know you're also here with us, and we love our Sharonda. She is part of the team. Of course, she is more than that. And she said, yes, it is 55. Sharonda, thank you for joining in and tapping into the conversation as you type in your response. But she was honored as a warrior 50 over 55. And I think, for us, one that is just a gem to have that wealth of knowledge and experience that warriors of a certain age can share with us. Number one, they prove all the stereotypes wrong, which I believe we as warriors live every day proving those wrong, but those barriers that were instilled early of either not making it past a certain age or not making it past a phase in your life or that one crisis that will change your life and take you away, all those things. She embodies the demystification of that. And she's also has a wonderful career. And I'm referring to Dr. Felicia Hunt, and she actually will be joining us to talk about Reiki and energy healing. And with that, I'm going to start us off or get us grounded with some breath work. And then I'll share some of what I do as it relates to energy work because the individuals that I work with, because some of you know I'm also a wellness coach. So when I do some of that stuff, I integrate energy work into it. I've studied energy work. So I will share some of that as we give her some time to get on the line and share her wonderful presentation and talk and tools. She's going to share some tools with us, which we always say are the most important thing. We always want you have guys to have takeaways. Like I know last week with the wonderful presentation, you guys had takeaways on I Believe in Therapy and how you can follow up on that and the website that you can check out and you making your own video to share with us and the video that we've already done to repost. Call to action. There's so many things to help and do and participate. And personally for me, whenever I see that video, it puts a smile on my face because I know the love that went into it. I have to say it's like a big hug that Elle is giving me and that Heather is giving me and that everyone else who took the time to share and be vulnerable is giving me. So I love sharing that video and watching it. And I have watched it many a time since we launched it 2 weeks ago. So with that, please find a comfortable position. I'm sitting in a chair today. If you are on the floor, Heather's also sitting in a chair. So if you are sitting in a chair like us, please, hopefully you have a back to your chair that you can lean back on. If not, please maybe find a wall or a sofa, something more comfortable if you need that. If you are laying where your entire body is supported, please make sure that you try to lay in an open position, which promotes your circulation and also allows you to not think about what your body's doing. The most important thing in breath work and meditation is to be comfortable and to allow yourself a moment to eliminate the external distractions. So, with that, I will always give you an option of hands, palm up for receiving or palms down on your thighs for grounding. If you have the opportunity to take off your shoes, your socks, we always like for you to feel the connection to the earth. So that connection would be the bottom of your feet to the floor. If you want to think of the seat right now as the connection, then that the seat of your chair is then connected to your seat and supporting your total spinal cord and upper torso, your body. We'd like you to start relaxing in your shoulders and softening. Maybe if you feel comfortable, we will now invite you to close your eyes or at least bring your gaze down to the floor. And as you do all those things, if you need a little wiggle, a little stretch to feel settled, please take it now. And then bring your awareness to your breath. The gentle inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. And for many of us, this might be the first time today that we completely focus on our breath. I want you to feel the coolness of the air coming in through your nose and the warmth of the air as you exhale that air onto the top of your lip. And for the visualization today, I would like you to imagine your lung. Picture your lung. And if you can't think of a picture of a lung, then I invite you to think of two tubes with a balloon tied at the end of each one. As you inhale, I want you to visualize and feel the bags of air enlarge, inflate, expand. And as you exhale, I want you to see the air pockets slowly release the air. The balloons collapse. Again, inhale, see the lungs fill, hold it for a second. And exhale, see them empty. I want you to breathe in peace. I want you to breathe out tension. I want you to breathe in harmony. I want you to breathe out chaos. I want you to breathe in the feeling of feeling fulfilled and full. And I want you to breathe out loneliness and isolation. I want you to breathe in community. And I want you to exhale and feel the hug that that community is giving you. I want you to breathe in the notion that you have got this. And when you breathe out, I want you to remember that you're not alone and we have got this with you. Take another gentle breath in and hold it. And release, 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 and soften. Gently bring your palms to heart center, or maybe put your hands on top of your heart. Taking a moment to bow in acknowledgement of the time that you took to put aside for you in that small, short period of time. You did so much healing for yourself. Remembering that your breath is your superpower. Your breath ignites the fire within. Your breath fills you with loving kindness, and your breath brings you closer to your truth. And may our truths cross paths. Taking this moment to send love out to all beings everywhere, but especially love to elevate our community. And may each and every person in our community be happy, be healthy, have peace, and be free. Always sending you my love and surrounding you with my heart and light. Gently open up your eyes and just become aware of the difference of where you were at just a moment ago when we started and where you're at now that we finished having some community and conversation, taking a moment to just connect and acknowledge that we're here, taking a moment to be still, slowing everything down around us. We took a moment to tap into one of our strongest tool, if not the strongest tool, our breath, because it also unites us. We took a moment to do some imagery while we were doing that. And then we took another moment to actualize things into words and reconnect. So, in that short period of time, we applied about 5 different mental health and wellness tools that you could take out individually and really do an entire practice around. And they themselves are so healing. And we have actually spent different sessions highlighting each and every one. I think the breathwork one is one of my favorites because we get to practice, or what we've done is practice like 4 or 5 different methods of breathing. And I love to see people do the different methods of breathing and then realize how much you have in your control and how much is within your power. So thank you for sharing that moment with us and being here and being present. How do you feel, Miss Avant, or Mrs. Avant, I should say? How do you feel?
Oh, that's fine. I feel better. I needed it. I haven't taken that time for myself in some time, so I think it was necessary um, to really sit and be with myself and just be quiet. I don't get that very often. I feel like I'm in a season of chaos,
Yeah,
so this was much needed, and I appreciate you for bringing this to me today.
I appreciate you for sharing it because I could feel your energy from all the way over there, trickling over to my side of the world, and then I was sending it right back to you. So thank you. I felt Sharonda's energy too, Miss Sharonda. So I hope those breaths served you and did you some good as we did them. And I'm going to ask you, is our guest, has she arrived yet? Is she in backstage by any chance? She has arrived. Awesome. So as you bring her on, I'm going to talk a little bit about energy work as well as Dima. Great. We have another member of our team and our wonderful presenter joining us, you guys, and our community. And I already took the time to introduce you, Felicia. Dr. Hunt, thank you for joining us. Dima, so nice to see you and have you.
Everybody.
Happy that you're feeling well and better. So, community, as we talked about at the beginning, we wanted to bring a presentation on Reiki from a Reiki master on some energy work. And I told you I would first share some of the things that I do with individuals in the community and then allow Felicia to just go into a little bit more in depth explanation of it because I've heard some of her explanations and how she presents it before. So I love that she's here to share that and share some tools with you. Before I go in, because we usually let everyone kind of say hi and welcome themselves to the community. Part of our steering committee and leadership committee is Dima. So I'm going to let Dima say hello to everyone. And then Felicia, I'll just let you say hello to everyone too. And then I'll share a couple of things and then I'll turn it back over to you so we can we already settled the energy. We went through our breath work and kind of connection and different tools. So Dima, you want to say hi to everyone?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Dima, and I'm a part of this wonderful team that we have here. And I'm looking forward to what we're having today and what my friend, my coworker, Dr. Hunt, is presenting today. So, welcome, Dr. Hunt.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here, everyone. Thank you for having me. It's good to see you all. I'm always down for the community and, to bring what I've learned to the table and hopefully it can be used in supporting with the sickle cell crisis and making your life better. So I hope you get something out of what I have to share today. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
So we're always, I know you were about to say I'm down for whatever. I heard that the beginning of that. Dr. Hunt, you and I go to that same time frame in our lives. I heard it coming. I was like, say it. But then you cleaned it up and got all professional. So I'm
I
gonna
know,
say
right?
it. Dr. Hunt is always down for whatever, but I
Yeah,
love that she is down with us and that she is
yes.
here to grace us
Mhm.
with her presence and share her knowledge.
Yeah.
So I want to start with some practicality and practical tools and how it's simple it is to integrate. I think, community, we underestimate the power of energy work. And energy work really does come down to, as I know Dr. Hunt will go into a little bit more, hopefully. So I won't say too much about it, but it really comes down to the energy that each and every one of our cells possess. We are a body of positive and negative charges, and we can affect the flow of those charges. And when we do, we can put ourselves in more of what we call homeostasis, which is the ideal balance of the positive charges and the negative charges that we within ourselves harness. And it's as easy as one of the things that I do when I practice with some of the community and some other individuals, and I tell people to clap their hands or rub it together and feel that heat that it produces, and then just cup the eyes. And you don't even have to put your hands over your eyes, but you can feel the heat that you yourself produce coming out and onto your face or whatever part of that body that you choose to place those hands on. That is healing. And that is kind of recentering and focusing your own energy, falls under energy work. Another thing that I do every morning, and these are things that I practice every morning because I know that they will help me realign that balance of positive and negative charges. Another thing that I do is tapping. So I will tap my body. You can actually jump up and down, which is also energy work. Part of that jumping allows you to release what you do not need to hold on to anymore. At times it's a physical action that helps us do that. And the tapping also wakes up the cells because sometimes they get stuck, sometimes they're not where they're supposed to be. So when I tap at whatever level that I need to tap my body, and I make sure I tap it from bottom all the way to the top, as many areas that I can touch. And I do it with in a cupping motion. That also, so that's more of the waves, almost like sound waves that you now are emitting throughout your body by using the tapping. And it also kind of helps to realign and refocus. The last tool that I use that I'll share, because again, it's something I can do every morning and it helps me balance. If we think of ourselves from top to bottom, we release energy from our hands and from our feet. So when you do energy work, there's actually a way that you can rub your hands and your feet together. It one creates heat, but it also, like, the think of the North Pole and the South Pole, it actually grounds you from the bottom because certain energy needs to be more grounding, and allows the lighter energy or what should be more on top drift to the top. So just to share like three quick things that I try to do every morning within my yoga practice that has really shifted kind of my readiness and my preparedness for the day. And I can adjust the intensity of how I apply these things depending on how well I feel or unwell that I feel. But what I do know over time, what I have recorded and made note of, is that when I do these things on a regular basis, even when I don't feel well, it helps me heal at a faster rate than when I don't, or if I choose not to. So that's why the daily things, I try to make it quick, simple, and something that I can do in 5 minutes, but they're so powerful and effective. So when you think of the balances of the elements, am I more fire? Are you more cold or water and the like? Energy work is all about making sure all that is in the right proportion and right balance. I used that word before and I'm going back to it because it is all about balance. That was the name of my first business. So, with that small introduction of what tools help me, and that I've been practicing energy work for a long time, and I know my fellow leadership team here have also have their own modes of energy work that they may practice and use, and maybe we'll share that at the end. I'm going to turn it off to over to Dr. Hunt so she can take a deeper dive and take us on a journey of why energy work.
Awesome. Well, why energy work? That is a great question. A few years back, maybe about 6 or 7 years back, I started looking into other modalities of healing, and Reiki was one of them. It's spelled Reiki, Reiki. And I'm going to read a little bit from this article, but I'm also going to tell you my experience of getting into this. I was at a point where I was just really, really tired of not being able to help myself when I'm in pain, when I had to wait around for pain medicines, being in the ER. And I just felt like I knew it was a better way, something I can do for myself. And when I came upon Reiki, this healing energy that you can use, like Dr. Marjorie was saying, from the palm of your hands, you can actually reduce pain, reduce anxiety, reduce stress. I mean, just being a healing aid to yourself with your own hands. So I am a Reiki master. So that means that I went through some steps. I was a practitioner 1, 2, and 3, and then the last step is master through the program that I taken to become a master and to actually perform it. And with Reiki, you have different symbols that you learn to use, and those are the things that, as a master, we do not share. Because we have to tap into the energy, we have to tap into our higher power, we have to tap into what is really going on with our clients when we are applying Reiki, and letting the energy guide us in the session to know what the body is telling us and leading us and guiding us into how we apply the Reiki. So let me give you some history about Reiki and where it comes from, and let me see if I can clear up maybe some confusion too about it. All right. So Reiki is a traditional therapy. It's rooted in Buddhist and Eastern traditions. It is described by Miles and True as an indigenous healing system, which rebalances the human biofield and supports self-healing, resisting re, sorry resistance to stress. It's Japanese in origin. Reiki is translated as universal life energy. It is described as being 2,500 years old, and that it was, I may mess his name up, Dr. Mikio Usui, who discovered it in the early 20th century, who then taught it to another doctor, Haishi, who standardized it. Reiki's foundation are within the holistic perception of the person of a health being based on integration of mind, body, and spirit. And this comes from biofield and manipulative therapies for emotional well-being and fertility. So yes, a lot of different wellness platforms are using it. Veterans are using Reiki. Their veteran hospital is using Reiki. A lot of different hospitals are bringing Reiki into the healing modalities and getting professional masters of Reiki to come in and to perform Reiki on their clients. Okay, so now having a spiritual element. And I know sometimes for believers and Christians, sometimes delving into like yoga or Reiki can be a concern as to like, what am I practicing? Who, am I involved with? What kind of spiritual practice is this? And I was at an event this weekend, and what I learned from a yoga master was that she's a believer, and she was like, she knows who she is connected with, and when she do her healing work through yoga, is what she is bringing forth. She's still bringing forth what she feel God is guiding her into helping her clients. And that's what I feel too, that no matter what this is based in, I feel like I am really deeply connected to God, and how He will allow me to use this therapy to help not only heal myself, but to help heal others. And so we're going to get into how it works, right? So, say for instance, you might be fatigued, tired, or experiencing some sort of pain. In the moment of what you want to do and how you want to start with Reiki, you really want to do like a meditation, however, like we did today before we started, just to bring ourselves centered and make sure we are calm and relaxed enough. The next thing you want to do, you want to cup your hands like this. You want to make sure they are cupped. You want to have your thumbs placed right on the side and helping to make this cupping symbol here. Okay, not symbol, but cupping of the hands. Okay, now when you just want to just go over your body just to check in and see how you're doing, you may want to start with one hand behind your head and one hand over your eyes. And what you are doing is you are allowing the energy from your hands to really scan your brain, your eyeballs, and to see if you feel any heat, any warmth, any hot heat, or any coolness coming from the back of your head. You can slide down to the back of your neck. I feel some heat coming off of my neck. In the front of my eyes, I kind of feel some coolness. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking in all the messages, right? So now I'm going to bring my right hand from behind my head, and I'm going to bring it up front and cover one eye each. Take in a deep breath, receive a breath, take it in and exhale. And then you just start to scan your body. And as you scan your body, you're feeling the energy from your hands, seeing if you feel any heat, any warmth, any coolness, and taking in the messages that you feel. That's just a sweep. We call this as a sweep. You're just doing a sweeping motion under your body. And if you go down all the way down to your toes, you just sweep it out. All the energy, right? And you can do it again and just sweep your body and just sweep it out. You want to sweep it out. If you want to check your arms to see if there's any tension, any pain, when you get to the end, just sweep it out. Same thing on the other side. You're just gauging, seeing if you feel anything, and just sweep it out. Now, I know today I'm not feeling my best and I have a little pain going on here. So I would take my hand over the spot that I'm feeling a little tenderness. And I would just take the cupping of the hand and just sweep. And in my mind, I am concentrating on what I feel, and I'm allowing the energy to flow through my hands to provide healing energy to the area. And then I'm also engaging with my mind and the energy as to where I want to send this pain. So as I sweep my chest, I want to carry the energy and the pain out of my body. So I'm going to sweep it all the way down. All the way down. And I'm imagining that the pain is following, and I'm sweeping it out through the bottoms of my feet. And I would do this maybe 2, 3, 4 times until I actually feel that I have swept the pain out of my body. Now, you can do this anytime when you're having a rough day, when you just want to relax, when you are experiencing pain, if you're stressed, if you feel your energy is low, you want to do that kind of sweeping. And the other thing, when you're done with doing that kind of sweeping and you're at the end, you want to say your prayers, what you're thankful for, and then you want to kind of fluff your energy around you. Just fluff it, fluff it, fluff it, fluff it. Fluff your energy around you so that you can feel more vigorous. You can feel more alive, more energy in your body. You just want to fluff it out, fluff it out, fluff it out, fluff, 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 fluff. And then you want to end with, the different colors of your chakra. You want to take the green healing energy and you want to bring it from the bottom of your feet. And you want to bring it over you to the back. Cover yourself for protection because now you are vulnerable. You have opened your energy fields up. And so you want to put a coat of protection on you so that someone's words, someone's actions, someone outside of you can't get in to disturb your peace, your balance, your harmony that you have just allowed to participate in and bring yourself to this alignment of healing and accepting what you have put into you and what you have taken out of you. And so you want to just protect yourself. And then you may feel sleepy, you may feel thirsty. You want to take care of that. You want to make sure you hydrate. You want to make sure you rest. And that's it. That's how you can use Reiki. To be a Reiki master, You do have to go through steps. You do have to have an attunement, rather, they attune you to allow you to be able to be the professional or the practitioner to be able to help the person identify what they're going through and to help resolve whatever it is their achieved outcome they are looking for. It can be used on pets. It's very safe. Um, Yes, and I'll answer any questions at this time. But I hope you enjoyed learning about Reiki and how it's just healing energy from the hands. Like I said, there are some symbols that are involved, but those things are secret. We do that in terms of whatever it is, the healing modality we need to use to be able to make sure the outcome comes out on the other side. But just the basic of just scanning your body, feeling what you're feeling, allowing yourself to do this sweeping out of energy that don't, the negative energy that don't belongs to you. You can do that, and I guarantee you, you'll feel much better. With that, back to you, Dr. Marjorie.
How you got trained and some of the pillars, the individuals that started it. You did say the name right, so you were dead on. I love that you connected with individuals and sharing that there are some Buddha practice in there. It was grounded in Japanese culture. It has evolved over time, and it honors wherever you are on what I can probably call the spiritual spectrum, because I think we all, well, our group, our community believes in a higher power, and
Yes.
this practice can elevate that. So I'd love for you to share, because I know sometimes what connects with our community is when you can show the power of a technique. So I do have one or two questions for you. The first I would ask, and there's also a very special relationship between the Reiki master and the person that they're practicing on. I have been blessed
Yes.
in my life to have received Reiki from different Reiki masters. And sometimes after 5 minutes having a conversation with someone, you're like, ooh, no, boo boo, and we're not gonna. We're not going to have no more conversation. It was almost like that. Of the three masters, there was one that um, it was like fizzed. It didn't happen. It did not work, and for whatever the reason. But
Yes.
then when I had the right connection, it was magical. I felt like I was different when I came off the table. So I'd love
Yes.
for you first to maybe share a very powerful experience that you have had personally, where
Yes.
energy work has shifted you, made a tremendous impact, changed maybe the way you were for the day or your philosophy, and then maybe talk a little bit to the community about that special relationship that there is between the master and the receiver.
Yes, yes. So I have a Reiki master, and she had helped me with a lot of pain that I was experiencing in my feet. And the connection is, she is the conduit. She is the she is the vessel that is open between the higher power and the client, and she is that conduit of receiving the message from the higher power that is telling her what to really focus on. We can use other modalities with Reiki in terms of crystals, stones, aromatherapy to just really set up the atmosphere for the healing. And she just really go through the scanning of the body and seeing how she can pick up on what's going on in the body, any messages, any images, any colors, anything that shows up, heat, like I said, coolness, warmth, and this follow this plethora of information that is flowing through, and with the sweeping of the body, and then actually not touching the body, but just staying in one area for a while and maybe doing some sort of symbolism that is correlating to the messages that she's getting to say, hey, this is what you need to do here. And then she's talking to you, or they talk to you and tell you like what you feel, and you kind of confirm if it's true what they're picking up, what they're feeling. And they kind of guide you and assist you through breathing in or exhaling and doing different things to help with the healing process. And then after it's all done, whether you get a 30-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute Reiki session, at the end, there is a frame where, the master tell you what they picked up, what they discovered, how to deal with the pain, how you can continue to be the the therapy of Reiki. And like for me, in the shower, I would have to imagine um, the the different chakras all around my body, the different colors of the chakras around my body, and then I would have to expand that vision of the chakras as far as from where I was to as far as I could imagine outside of me, in my home, outside of my home, as far as I can go. And then what I would do after that, then focus on the pain, where the pain was in my body. And then as the water flow, I would push the pain out through the chakras, through the water, down the drain. And the pain would literally just go away, dissolve, like the water going down the drain. And it's really an awesome experience. And when the practitioner or the master is the guide in this, they are really opening themselves up to really pick up what it is that's going on. It could be connected to a family tie, it could be connected to something you are experiencing that you're not conscious of. You can get great information about how to go about your day, how to really make some adjustments to your life, how to deal with maybe some difficult task or job performances issue, relationship issues. It's like sometimes we carry stuff in our bodies that don't belong to us, and we suffer the pain of it. And it just allow us to align ourselves and help us to get rid of the negative energy that don't belong, because negative energy is really stupid energy. It's like it
Mhm.
like to hang on. It'll attach,
Yes.
and it'll just
Stay
it'll
and
stay,
grow. Oh,
and
yes.
it'll grow,
It'll
and
fester. It's like, come on now.
it'll fester, and it'll also begin to get into the psyche and
Yeah.
cause you to think and behave in ways so it can grow,
Yes.
so that you can feel more burden, more pain,
Hmm.
more of one foot in the grave and one foot on the ground instead of thriving and living. It can steal from you so much that you're not aware of. And so you have to do something to really shift that energy and get
Yeah.
it out of there, because it'll just lay.
Yeah.
And you have the power. It's all in you to do it, especially when you are under the influence of your spiritual higher power and working together. And your God is good, and your God is good to you all the
All
time.
the time.
So why not?
Yeah.
Why why
Oh,
not be good in the body?
so true. I mean, I think we have that power within each and every one of us to do exactly that. And I love the analogy that you gave about it kind of being attached. And it literally does at times to get rid of things. It takes
Yes.
a physical action in
Yes.
order to and connect it to a spiritual and mind one to
Yes.
rid us of those that weight. And it's funny because whenever I think of, I know you went through the Buddhism and Japanese and the foundation, but you
Yes.
know what I always think of, which I am designing, so we will one day deliver this to the community. I strongly believe that, in a sense, African dance is
Mm.
energy
Yes.
work.
Yes.
Because if you think of the movements, the
Mm-hmm.
rhythm of it, the
Yes.
use of the hands,
And the
and
heartbeat.
the heart, yeah, And the thought of African dance and yoga together, which is
Oh,
Afro yoga. I came up with another name, but it is what it is. Like you and I will
oh
be
yeah.
doing some fro
Most
yoga. Yes,
most
we're doing
definitely.
some fro yoga and sharing the
Most
power of energy work for sure because it is so powerful. So
because they're instruments, the drums, that come from the heartbeat. It
from
all
the
comes from
heart, yeah,
nature. It's all from the natural, taking the natural to understand the
exactly.
spiritual, to bring it into, its fullest potential of healing. Yeah.
When I
Hmm.
talk to the community, even about breath work, I say we all have a natural rhythm. We
Yes.
all have this natural innate rhythm to us. Part of it is that heartbeat. Part of it is the pattern at which we breathe when we're at rest. So the
Yes.
healing power is tapping into those things and elevating that energy.
Correct.
I could talk to you forever. So let me refocus and
Yeah.
ask my hostess of the mostest questions.
Okay.
Um, there might be some naysayers. There might be some skeptics. I won't call them naysayers.
Yeah.
There might be some skeptics who are listening to us and
Hmm.
thinking, is that going to work for me? Or what are they talking about? What would you say to skeptics when it comes to energy work and our community?
I just say try anything once. What is it gonna hurt? If it's not for you, then it's not for you. But hopefully you get yourself to a point where you are really open to really understand how the process go, and to be willing to go through the process for yourself to see how it may be beneficial to you. Only you are your only savior. The the master is not saving you.
Right.
The prayers that we say for you is not saving you. It's all about you, what you bring to the table in terms of your own healing, and you allowing yourself to let yourself, your mind, body, spirit, show up for you, to tell you as a physical human being what it needs, what the physical part of you need as a spiritual being in this flesh, what you need to be better in this flesh, and allow yourself to tap into that and have someone to assist you through it and have the experience.
I love that. Why not? At least
Why
give it a
not?
try. Yep. And for me, it did take. I'm one that tends to be tuned in, so when I go into something, I go all in. But the more that I did it, the more that I could feel the difference, and I was, dedicated to the
Yeah.
process. I don't
Mhm.
think it happens by itself by any means. You have to be willing to do some deep soul searching and be willing to also. Can you talk about what the things that you might, you referenced feeling really good as you were visualizing the heart chakras, the circle and the expansion of it and the pain going down the drain. But
Mhm.
I do find sometimes there are some things that come up that I'm like, whoa, what is that? And am I supposed to feel that? Can you talk to that to that point?
Yeah, so a couple of things happen. Your mind is going to attack you, most definitely. That's one thing. And so when the noise happen, you have to let it just, you know, come in and float out, because that is the natural response to doing something different. Your body is not used to doing something
I.
different. So it's going to attack you to say, what the heck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh yes, it does. It's like, wait a minute.
wait a minute, what's this? What you doing? So it's
You were
checking
you were
in and just
laying down for all these years and it was
all these
fine.
years
Okay, and now all of a sudden,
you wasn't saying nothing about want to do this
nothing.
and get rid of this. Now what's this you doing? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your body is intelligent. It
Extremely.
knows. Just let all of that slide out, slip out. Now, once you get into your meditative state and you're really quiet and you're really experiencing the experience, you may begin to feel stuff. Your skin may crawl, you may get goosebumps, you may hear things, you may see things, and all of this is dealing with what you are generally going through that
Yeah.
is unconscious to you, that now you are really allowing yourself to tap into. So you just listen. You just take it in to
Nice.
see if it caused a memory, if the color, the scent, the sensation, all of these things are information that is there that is necessary to help you heal. You may cry, you may feel vulnerable, all kinds of things, and it's beautiful when you allow yourself to do it. And sometimes, like, I don't know why, but I'm just
Hmm.
well, you needed a cleansing.
Yeah.
Crying is cleansing. It's a healing. You
Yeah.
don't know why, but maybe later the answers may come to you, and you will get your answers. But to just allow yourself to just experience and unapologetically
Aesthetically. Yeah.
understand that nobody is judging the
Yeah.
process. It
Yeah.
is definitely happening happening to you, for you, not against you.
So
And it's
powerful. Yeah,
yeah,
we were
information.
such channels and conduits. We are open
Right.
to so many things if we allow ourselves to go there. And sometimes I love how you preface doing the energy work by first being still. You have to
Yeah,
allow yourself to be, as you've coined it, in a meditative state. And that just means
sure.
quietness and stillness and allowing your brain, because it has 50 million conversations going on at the same time.
Yes,
And
it's
that's
tuned
okay.
into everything. It is tuned
Right.
into everything. Yes.
Exactly. But do you give yourself time to just let it be, not
Yeah,
fight it, but
not
just
fight
let
it.
it be? And in doing that, you're now open to so many other things that you can heal and do. And I'm going to invite the other members of the team back on the screen as I ask you this next question, and then maybe if they want to share or ask some questions too, I definitely invite them to do that. But I love that you shared the beautiful practice of the hand. I've done it also, the hand behind the head and in front, which I love.
Mhm,
I've done. I always do the sweeping motion. It's actually in one of the yoga sequences that I've shared
mhm,
with people. There's a natural sweeping motion. If you
mhm,
had to maybe suggest, we're not being prescriptive here, but if
mhm.
you had to suggest, and there are so many things that fall under Reiki and energy that one can do. But if is there one practice other than what you shared with us that you would tell individuals that might be a good thing to do to either tap into themselves, tune in, realign, balance, heal, whatever, besides the whole sequence that you showed us?
Anything else besides that?
In addition to that, you would give that you think is a powerful
Oh yeah.
daily
Okay.
practice? Because I know there are many,
Yeah. There are
but
many. I
yeah.
love I love the Hertz music.
Yes.
A lot of that on YouTube, and it deals with different parts of the body that you want to heal. Your heart. I got one that I listen to for the heart. That I really, really love. And sometimes people don't meditate for that long, but I think it's like a 2 or 3 hour meditation.
It
And
is. That's a long one, but it's
I
so good.
it's so good. And I do it when I'm ready to get in the tub and I
Hub,
want to soak and I'm
I
going to
love
be
that.
there for a while.
I love
And
that.
that's when I turn it on and I just listen to that music and just hear all the vibrations, just carrying it out through my body. And when I'm ready, when I had enough, it's like I'm washing it all down the drain. I think that's my thing, like, hey, I'm not carrying the negativity with me. When I'm out of here, it's down the drain. So yeah, Hertz music, I love that. Also, setting intentions in the morning, can combat a lot of stress. Like if you have really meditated, prayed, and set your intentions on what you want to do for yourself, can also eliminate a lot of stress and you know uh, disappointments in others and different things like that. It allow you to be more responsible for your day and how you're taking control of your day and how you're saying that this is what I can have and I can have it because I'm worth it, and really doing things like that. Um, and you know what? I am a card reader too.
Okay.
I believe in, you know, the past, present, and future of understanding whatever you may be going through the card reading. Um, whether it's relationships, whether it's just something personal. Um, I believe that, doing the oracle decks and some other decks that I love, that I use in terms of doing card reading to help people just understand how to maintain and focus on what is, good for them, how to make different shifts and what they're going through, and to really understand their purpose in life and how they were created to be. So I think some of those things, I do delve into, a lot of the untraditional things that may be taboo to other people. Card reading, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Hoodoo, what is that? Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
Um, but it's part of my culture, it's part of my ancestry, it's part of just being connected to the universe, and it's nothing to really be scared of. It's all God created for
I
health.
agree. And part of it is exploration, right? Figuring out what works well for the individual. And this is a platform to just discuss different things and introduce. And maybe future topic for us will be a card session, because there are a lot of people that I know that get great healing, and a lot of warriors actually that I know that follow that principle and do it. So um, co-leaders, would you like to either make a closing comment or ask anything of Felicia as we wrap our, I can't believe the hour went by already.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness. As we wrap our wonderful session and our time up.
I would like to just thank you, Dr. Hunt, because I told you I was going to call you that from now on. I would just want to thank you
Mhm,
for allowing us to delve in this process and
mhm,
opening our eyes to it. I just have a question though, because I'm like, you probably mentioned it before, but I want to kind of reiterate it.
mhm.
What would you say to like the Bible thumpers and the Jesus freaks
Yeah.
that are that will, go against your practices?
Well, didn't he lay hands on people?
There you go. I like that.
He said, greater works will you do.
Hmm.
So what are you? Is he in you or not?
That's good.
There you go.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hunt, for coming on this evening.
Thank
I have
you.
to go soon. I have to
Me
put a
too. I have a
tiny
client.
human to bed, but I just want to say thank you so much for joining
Warriors,
us.
how are you?
We're
We've
gonna.
lost.
Ooh, no, she didn't. I wanted to do our three breaths of the community. Miss MC over there putting stuff up. So as we close,
Hmm.
ladies team, if we could just invite each other to again take a comfortable seat, kind of do a moment of reflection over what was just shared in this past hour. Let's inhale as a community, strength, hold it. Exhale, weakness. Let's inhale peace, hold it. And exhale chaos. And let's inhale our own positive, wonderful energy. And actually, when we exhale it, let's keep that energy close to our hearts and honor the power that it has. And with that, opening our eyes back up, thank you so much, Dr. Hunt, for coming on,
Thank you.
sharing some of your time, and always being there, available, accessible, and being such a champion for our community. We love you. We thank you.
Love you. Mhm.
And I'll
Okay.
be in touch so we can
All right. Thank you so
dip
much.
and dabble in the other topics and think about what we're going to do for next year. For the rest of the community, we're so happy you came. If you do have questions, feel free to still send them in. We can always address them later. We have 2 more sessions for this year, so please make sure you join us, because we want to really share and end this year on a high note. The Caregiver Summit is coming up, so that's going to take up one of the Thursdays. But remember that we are always here for you, and you know how to access us either through email, through SC3, or our individual contact information. So be blessed, community, be well, and thank you so much for joining us for another wonderful session. Bye, Dima.
Bye. Thank you, Dr. Marjorie.
Thank you. Sharonda, thank you. Now you can post and play however you'd like to close us out, my love.
I wonder how her night was last night. Wonder if this crisis is coming to an end soon. Wonder what her trigger was this time and what I can do to fix it. I really need to spend some time with my husband, just him and I. Should I use my FMLA this week? I wonder when her next appointment is and if it's gonna require me to reschedule my mom's appointment. Is she hydrating? Is she drinking enough? I'm gonna for sure have to reschedule my appointment that I have. I am so ready for this caregiver summit.